Hey, welcome. So today we're talking about a pretty massive shift that's happening in the world of freelancing. It's this new way of working that's letting the top performers just absolutely crush it. We're talking way more output, way more income, and it's all about leveraging the power of AI.
So let me just start by asking you a question. What if you could, say, 10x the amount of work you do, but actually work fewer hours? I know, it sounds kind of like a pipe dream, right? But for a whole lot of freelancers, this is becoming their actual reality, like right now.
And this isn't just some theory. Check out this number. This is the real, actual monthly income of a freelancer in Texas who uses this exact strategy for writing blog posts. And get this, she only works about 25 hours a week. That's the kind of potential we're talking about here. It's a game changer.
Okay, so how on earth is that even possible? Well, it's not some kind of magic trick. It's a very specific, repeatable workflow that completely changes the freelancer's role in the whole creative process.
Now, the first thing we got to get straight is this isn't about letting a robot take your job. That fear of being replaced is huge, but that's really the wrong way to look at this. The real power move here is using AI to solve what is probably the hardest part of any creative project, just getting started, that awful staring at a blank page problem.
The workflow itself is actually brilliantly simple. First, you get the client's brief, right? Standard stuff. But then, instead of you spending hours brainstorming, you just feed that brief to an AI like ChatGPT, and boom, you've got a first draft in minutes. But here's the absolute key, step 3. This is where you come in. You spend your valuable time layering on your expertise, matching the client's unique voice, fact-checking everything, and adding those original insights that only a human can. You're basically jumping straight to the polishing phase.
And look, this whole workflow isn't just about being fast, it's about being incredibly profitable. So let's talk numbers, because this is where you can really see the financial impact for freelancers who are jumping on this. And we've got the hard data to prove it, and this comes directly from Upwork's own reports. Freelancers who use AI to boost their skills are earning, on average, 44% more per hour than their peers who don't. 44%! I mean, that is a massive competitive advantage. The market itself is moving just as fast. The amount of AI-related work on a single platform, Upwork, grew by a staggering 60% in just 1 year. So we're not talking about some tiny little niche trend here. This is a full-blown mainstream explosion in demand.
And if you want to know where the heat is really concentrated, look no further. Work that's specifically about prompt engineering, the skill of actually talking to an AI effectively, that's surged by 93%. That tells you clients are actively out there looking for people who've mastered these new tools.
Okay, but to make this really work in the long run, there is a golden rule you absolutely cannot ignore. This is what separates the true professionals from the amateurs, and it all boils down to the role of human judgment. So the term you really need to understand is AI assisted. Think of it like a partnership. The AI is there to speed things up, but the human, you, provides all the stuff that's irreplaceable. Your expertise, your ethical judgment, quality control, and most importantly, actually understanding what the client really needs. The human is always in the driver's seat.
And the difference here is like night and day. On one side, you've got AI assisted, where the human is the expert, delivering a superior product and charging professional rates for it. On the other side, you have AI generated, and that's just raw, lazy, copy-paste output. It's super low value. Clients can spot it a mile away, and it's basically a fast track to getting fired.
And don't for a second think the big platforms are pushing back against this. No way. They are actively embracing the AI-assisted model. I mean, Fiverr took out a full-page ad in the New York Times to shout about their support, and even created brand new categories just for AI-powered services.
And Upwork? They've gone even further. They built their own AI assistant, they call her Uma, right into the platform. And get this, over 70% of new clients are already using it. So the platforms aren't just letting this happen, they're literally building the roads for it.
All right, so what do you actually need to get started with all this? Let's take a look at the practical tools that make up what you could call the modern freelancer's AI stack. The cool thing is, there's a tool for pretty much every job now. For general drafting and research, you have the big ones like ChatGPT and Claude. If you're doing marketing copy, there's Jasper. For design, Midjourney is just a beast. Descript is completely changing video and audio editing. And then you have tools like Surfer SEO and Canva AI for optimization and quick graphics. Your entire workflow from start to finish can be augmented.
So where is all this headed? Well, it really points to a future of work that isn't human versus machine. It's human plus machine. The future, my friends, is augmented.
And if you take away only one thing from this, let it be this. The real winners in this new era aren't just going to be the people who know how to use an AI. The most valuable, highest paid freelancers are going to be the ones who use these tools to amplify what already makes them great: their unique creativity, their strategic mind, and their deep, irreplaceable expertise.
So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. The AI, it can handle the how. How to write the draft, how to generate the image, how to edit the clip. Your job now is to provide the why. Why this strategy over that one? Why this message for this audience? Why this creative choice? That is where your true value is now. That's the gold rush.